We're now going to answer this question before us. It's VCAR 2018, paper 2, question 1, and it's actually taken from the Southern Hemisphere, not the Northern Hemisphere, so just cross that out for me. It says, a toll road is divided into 3 sections, E, F, and G. The cost in dollars to drive one journey on each section is shown in matrix C below. What is the cost of one journey on section G? Well, as you can see here, it costs $3.58 for one journey on E, $2.22 for F, and $2.87 for G. So that means for the first one here, it's just $2.87. How many people in the state got this correct? As you can see, that's their answer. 99% of the state got that correct. Let's now move on to the next one. Write down the order of matrix C. So what's the order of this matrix? Well, we know that we look at the rows, then we look at the columns. So how many rows do we have? We have 3 rows, we have 1 column. So that means our answer is 3 by 1. 94% of the state got that one. Let's now come to C. It says, one day Kim travels once on section E, so once on section E and twice on section G. His total cost for this day can be found by the matrix let me say that again. His total cost for this day can be found by the matrix product M times C. Write down the matrix M. Okay, so how are we going to do this? So we need to figure out what M is here. We know that C is what we've been given here. So this is really where it comes important to consider the order of things. So what is the order of C? Well, we know it's a 3 by 1 matrix. What else do we know? Do we know what the order of our answer is going to be? We do know what the order of our answer is going to be because it's the total cost. So think about it. What's the total cost? It could be like $12 or $13. But do you see how it's one number? So that means our answer is going to be a 1 by 1 matrix. And what about M? What is M going to be? Well, this is where we have to think. Let's come over here. What am I going to have to multiply by a 3 by 1 matrix to get a 1 by 1 matrix out? Well, you know that it has to have 3 columns because this number and this number have to be the same. And then in order to get a 1 out here, it's going to have a 1 there. So now, remember that the way that you determine the order of the product is by looking at here, and that's what it's going to be. So that means our answer is going to be a 1 by 3 matrix. So we're going to go M is equal to, now when we're writing our 1 by 3 matrix, we have to get the order of the numbers correct. It says we travel once on section E. Well, that means we want to times this number by 1. It doesn't say we travel down section F at all, so we'd want to times that by 0. And then we'll travel down section G twice, so we'd want to times this by 2. So if we're doing matrix multiplication, that means we would have 1, 0, 2. Because we know how matrix multiplication works, we multiply the row by the column, and we know that if we were to do this, we would end up getting our answer. But all we had to do was to write down what M is, and there it is. If we come over and see how many people got this right, there is our answer, 102. 66% of people got this right. Some students gave the correct numbers, but in a column matrix. So why did they do that? Because they did not consider this very important first step and say, well, what is the order of our answer going to be? Hopefully you found this helpful.